discovered by you.
It's your boy.
I'm a pro. Can I make my walking go?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Forza Motorsport 7 video. It's your boy Vortex Chaos, and today we're going to be checking out, well, I say checking out, we're going to be doing the endurance hoppers, but this time in a different car. You guys can see just back there, I am in the BMW Z4 GT3 car. I have heard that this thing is probably one of the more planted cars out of all the GT3 cars. This and the Aston Martin DBR9. This video I'm checking out this car because I really wanted to test it. And probably the next endurance race is going to be with the Aston, so stay tuned for that for next week. That or the BMW M3 that you guys see in front of me. Now I don't really think I should... Oh god. Okay, well we are in the rain, so I should probably be a bit more cautious with like tire heats and all this, because I do definitely need to warm up these tires. They are really cold. We are doing 9 laps, oh shit, of the Nürburgring GP circuit, which is probably one of my favorite tracks, honestly. Okay, I am not setting this car a good example, am I? God sakes. Okay, give me a second whilst I get used to this. This is the first time I'm driving this car. Don't really know what to expect. I've got to change it to manual only without the clutch, but whatever. Looks like the battle for first is cooking up to be an interesting one between the M3 and a Vet. Hopefully, if I don't stuff up like that again, I'm going to be able to catch up to them and actually have an interesting race on my hands. Oh, okay, well I've caught up with the leaders, I guess. Okay, looks like the M3 is going into pit now. Now, you guys are probably wondering, wait, Vortex, didn't you say your normal strategy was to pit on the first lap? Yes, that is my normal strategy when I'm trying to win. This, I just want to have a good race, just for the sake of entertainment. So I'm going to stay out for a little longer. Hopefully, I mean, even after all this, I still hope I do come first. I mean, obviously, I'm a competitive person, and after 9 laps, I would hope to come first, you know? Looks like this is going to be an interesting race. I'm going to just keep this recording just on this. We'll see how long this lasts. I think he might be going into pit now, or sometime halfway through the race, which is when I'm planning to go in. Oh, just a bit of a little hurry up bump, nothing huge. I do definitely feel like I am carrying more corner speed than this guy in front of me. So I do feel as if I do get in front of him at the right moment, around the right section. Oh, that one was a bit stupid, I'll admit. Oh, shit. He is a bit laggy, which really doesn't help my case of trying to get past. But if I can get past the right section, when we're coming into like a cornering-oriented section, I will definitely be able to get the pass on him. As long as there isn't just a massive straight right after the corner, I should be alright. Oh, right there probably would have been good, but no. Didn't really feel very safe doing that. Yeah, you guys can see that I am carrying a lot more corner speed than this guy. I'm going to try and take a dive up the inside when I can. Because this BMW, or this 911, sorry, behind me, I don't really trust too much. I don't know if that was... I don't know what just happened there. He lagged for me, so I'm going to assume that I did get past cleanly. I mean, what else is there to assume? He is still behind me. He's going to catch up a bit on the straight, but hopefully it's not too much. The 911 was giving me some issues though, which is a surprise. I mean, I didn't really see that car as being a very powerful one or a strong one in this class. I mean, I guess that guy's just proving me wrong now, eh? Okay, is he going into pit? Oh, looks like he was trying to push the 911 to something. I don't know. Okay, seems like the guy in the Vet isn't... I mean, I say he's not very skilled, but he's not really taking the full potential out of his Corvette through the corners. Maybe that's just the car. I don't know, maybe it's him. Don't really know, really. So I'm just gonna try and get far away from this Porsche, because he was definitely piling the pressure when I was behind the Vet. Well, I've managed to overshoot that, well, Schumacher-esque. I don't think I lost too much time. I mean, obviously I lost a lot of time because I was pretty far ahead of the guy behind me, but I did push it a little too hard through there. Unlucky, I guess. I was already planning to go into this lap, like to go pit. Hopefully, doing that doesn't screw up the position I come out, I guess, because that will suck. But I guess we're just gonna have to see once I'm out of the pits. See where I get spit out at. We'll see where I got spat out, sorry. Coming out of the pits now, the guy behind me is in the Porsche. Let's try and just get ahead as far as possible. Okay, well, we've made some ground. Oh wait, no, it's the vet that's behind me. And then the other guy's behind him, the guy in the M3. Well, looks like I've managed to have a successful race. And that's probably most on the car. I don't know, I'm going to keep going here in case I do make a mistake or the guy behind me somehow manages to catch up. But pretty much today, I guess, is Friday, so I would have had my 4th and 5th exams today. Hoping they did go well. I'm pretty sure I had a humanities and business management exam during today. Yeah, because it is Friday and I'm recording this on a Saturday, that's why I'm like a bit like off on it. I am hoping that I do well because I do plan to do business management next year. Humanities, I don't really care much I don't really care too much about it because I'm not really the type of person that goes back in history about things. I'm not really too fussed about it. I'm going to try and do alright at least, but probably won't do too well. Now in the first video of the week, you guys saw the A-class hoppers, and in the the thumbnail of that video, it probably said something about like a one huge mistake or big mistake or something like that. For those who didn't notice during the video, that bloody XY Falcon tune that I did end up getting was 4-wheel drive. Now keep in mind, when I jumped into the lobby, I just took whatever tune I could, so I don't really pay too much attention. I'm going to try and build the car myself this time for next week. I'll probably do another A-class hoppers with that car. But this time it's going to be rear-wheel drive, not 4-wheel drive, and hopefully it goes a little more smoothly, because that 4-wheel drive definitely does add a lot of weight and understeer. So hopefully without it I'll have little to no understeer, enough grip to hold me through the corners, and a lot lighter. The guy behind me hasn't really caught up much, I want to say. I mean, he's kind of just stayed distance. One thing I have noticed about this car is that it's probably one of the best cars for the rain in GT3. Like for the GT3 races. So definitely when I am doing endurance races off screen, because I do tend to do them a lot. I mean, that's pretty much how I'm earning my cash at the moment. I probably will use this car for the rain, the Maserati for pretty much any straight line kind of track, like Monza maybe. And I don't know what other cars, well, probably the Mercedes for all the other all-round race tracks, like Sonoma and all them. So I think I've laid out my 3 cars to use for endurance races, so I probably shouldn't be able to, well, I should all be all good, I guess, to continue gaining cash from this, because I do have VIP, meaning I do get double the money at the end of each race, and if I earn like 30 something grand, just base credits from the race, oh god, screw that corner up again. That means I will jump up to like, well, if it was 60 or 34,000, I'll jump up to 68,000. And I mean, I tend to have a lot of fun with these. They take about 20 minutes each. I mean, I know with like, if I do spend another 20 minutes doing like an Indianapolis or something like that, like an Indy race, I know 40 minutes will probably get me like 300, 400 grand, but honestly, I'm more interested in doing these. These are definitely a lot more fun. Plus, I'm versing real life people. I mean, what more could you ask for? I mean, obviously I could just go out and do like a 4-hour Indianapolis race and complete a shit ton of laps and get a lot of cash and whatnot. But I don't really want to do those kind of things anymore because I don't have the mods anymore for it, I guess, because I did use up all my VIP mods. Sadly, they weren't infinite. There were only 5 uses. Apparently they were planned to be infinite, but I don't know, it didn't turn out to be that way, which is a bit annoying, but yeah. So hopefully sometime I do get gifted. Seems like the guy in the M3 screwed up somewhere, because he's fallen back all the way down to 4th and he's like 2,000 feet behind. Looks like it's going to be an interesting podium finish for those two behind me, considering they're like 200 feet apart. So it's pretty close between those two. I know the Vet's a little quicker through the straights, but I know the Porsche, well, at least from what it seems like, it is a lot better through the corners than the Vet. That was shaping up to be one of my best laps, and I just went and screwed it up because of my commentary. I mean, I've definitely just made the race a whole lot more interesting, that's for sure. Because now I'm chasing down the 2 guys. Luckily, the chicane was coming up, so I didn't really lose too much time. Oh god, well, I've just made my race a whole lot more interesting with that stupid mistake. I'm just gonna stay silent and let you guys watch this, see how this goes out, I guess. So yeah, I mean, I'm hoping for the best in the next 2 laps. Shit. Seems like those 2 guys cannot stop hitting each other, honestly. They keep bumping and this kind of stuff. I don't really expect to get past quite as easily as I did. Now that I'm past, I'm going to try and make the distance a lot larger because, well, I don't feel comfortable with those 2 being behind me. Because if I do screw up now, that's pretty much the end of my race. Let's try and make some distance whilst those 2 are fighting it out. Pretty much to the death at this point. I mean, shit, with the way they've been racing, they've just been tapping each other's fenders and stuff. Down a silly mess up on the right kink on the straight. I say straight, it's a right kink on a straight. It's not really straight, but you get what I mean. It's a straight, then a right kink leading to another straight, pretty much. That's the corner I just screwed up on last lap. I mean, I know the guy named Latch, he keeps telling me stop looking back, pretty much, but I don't know. The battle is interesting as the one that's going on behind me. I kind of do just want to watch it. Yeah, obviously I'm paying attention to my racing, because if I don't, I'm going to spin out. But, like, those 2 are having a pretty good race. Pretty much to the point where I'm literally tempted to just slow down purposely, just so I can get in on the action. 9 laps, and it went really successfully. I'm actually pretty proud of myself. A 207, managed to get a, well, first place finish. Either way, that's going to do it all for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, hit the like button. If you guys didn't like it, hit the dislike button and subscribe if you are new. Check out the other members of Evolution Squad if you haven't already. And I just realized my total time was 2017.994. Literally any few milliseconds later and it would have been 2018, which is pretty interesting since we're coming up to the end of this year. But anyways, that's pretty much going to do it all for me, and peace out. Forgot to save the replay!